Well, hello everyone. This is Raquel, and I want to welcome you. We are in the beginning of August. We've made it through the first super new moon, the first of two that hit this calendar year on the 1st and the 31st, or this calendar month. And we are really moving fully into the Lionsgate Portal, which is 4 days away on August 8th. And the August 8th Lionsgate Portal always seems to be a very potent portal date in the year. As we move into this particular one, really honestly, it's going to feel much like what's been going on for months. There really isn't a reprieve at this point. We've been going full blast all year and really full blast since the 1st of June. And so the continued energies that are hitting our bodies, coming on the planet, affecting our fields, will continue at a same level of intensity. The beautiful thing is that the Lionsgate is always associated with the sun energy. We've come out of the eclipse season, and so we're in a reprieve until December of this year, when the next eclipse comes about, and we're in this 6-month window with the Lionsgate bringing us into more of a feeling of being forward movement, a feeling of expansion. We have really been in a whirlwind, as all of you know well and clear. We've been in a whirlwind of energy, and the eclipse season, although it's been over a couple of weeks, we're still feeling the remnants of it. And the energies throughout August, beyond even the 8/8 Lionsgate Portal, is going to continue to bring about some really deep cosmic influences. We have a lot going on that is going to propel us into a new way of expressing ourselves, a new way of experiencing life. We've been going through a lot of upheaval and clearing, and that is going to continue. That is the name of the game. That is the new norm. And so many of us are really still learning to get our balance without any downtime, without any reprieve, because it just keeps coming in, activation after influence of cosmic energies, and it's just a continuous stream. However, as we go through the Lionsgate Portal, this particular alignment is all about the alignment in Egypt, the alignment with the pyramids to the constellations with Sirius and the star Sirius, and how that has been influencing our planet for thousands of years. And the interesting thing is, we know we're in a major transition. Although it's been 7 years since 2012, in a cosmic cycle of 26,000 years, that's still not even a blink of an eye. And so we are still experiencing, and will continue to experience for probably the rest of our lives, what is just beginning to move us into the new cycle. And with that movement into the new cycle, much has been brought to the forefront, much has been brought into the awareness of how we are shifting cosmically, we're shifting consciously, and our alignment in the cosmos is also shifting. For thousands and thousands and thousands of years, the alignment up to Sirius has been a very strong one. And all of the Egyptian Sirius teachings, the awarenesses around that history, that lineage, that awakening of our souls through that Stargate of Egypt is beginning to now take a back seat, if you will, as our alignment to the galactic core becomes much more of our future focus. And you've heard me talk about this for several years now. As we continue to realign much more of our consciousness in the way we express through the cosmos, the awareness is bringing us back to Galactic Center. And so this Stargate of the 8-8, which is still very prominent, may begin to feel a little different for many. It has been one of the biggest Stargate portal dates of the year, our entire life, and for centuries. But many of you may begin to start picking up on the fact that it's not quite what it used to be. And if you're one of the few that are starting to sense this, I want to reassure you that this is absolutely appropriate, because our focus is moving now to Galactic Center. Our alignment and the way in which the consciousness, the grid systems of the planet, the way the consciousness is held is being realigned. That's what the shift of the ages is all about. In a nutshell, in an overview of what's really happening, the whole alignment within the cosmos is shifting. And that takes us from such a strong alignment to Sirius, and that particular constellation star system, if you will, and is beginning to move us much more aligned with Galactic Center. This is really important, and this is how we begin to bridge from the now moment, which is still in the infancy of the change of the calendar, if you will, the 26,000 year cycle that we all know and have heard so much about. It's realigning us to the galactic core. And as it does this, the strongholds of the old, such as the Stargate of the 8-8 portal, will begin to lessen. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a really strong portal date. But some of you may be feeling this already as you begin to align much more fully to the Galactic Center. And this is where the consciousness of the whole system for Gaia and humanity is shifting. It's a long shift. We know this. Consciousness is not going to shift overnight. We've known this for a long time as well. It is a process, and we always have to bring it back to a level of awareness that it's a 26,000 year cycle, and 2012 was only 7 years ago. And so I just want to bring this to your awareness, because as powerful as the 8-8 portal is, realigning us to Leo as we come into alignment with the sun and that expansion energy, you may be feeling a disconnect begin to happen. And I want to just help you realize that's absolutely appropriate. It is part of the shift. And if you were around for the last few years, I've spoken many times about the realignment through the Bosnian pyramids, and that the Bosnian pyramids are to the future what Giza is to the past. And this is absolutely pertinent to what is happening now, even a couple of years later as we get further into this cycle. And there's a lot that is being talked about right now from many of the forerunner leaders about the freedom codes. And this is something that began once again a couple of years ago in opening up what is known as the freedom codes within the DNA. And one of the key points of this is the realignment to Galactic Center and how that is realigning through in our world and our Gaia. It's through the Bosnian pyramids. So that whole alignment of the grid systems, of the way in which the earth systems are working, is shifting us to that new alignment. And so as we move through this portal gateway of the Lionsgate, which is still uber important, it's still very much a part of the experience we're in the now moment, just planting into your awareness, into the subconscious, the shift of moving that to the future, which is aligning us much more to galactic core. And so as we move through this, you may feel that shift at a very subconscious level, at a very deep level. And I want you to acknowledge that, because that means you're beginning to really bridge into the future now, into what is becoming our reality and what we are building as the way showers for the future. And so with all of that said, what does the 8-8 portal really bring this time? And again, it brings that awareness of expansion. It takes us out of the eclipse season in this particular year because it's on the tail end of it. And it's bringing us into forward movement and action. It's bringing us into having the courage to walk away from the old paradigms and the 3D experience that we have been so immersed in, and really stepping into the unknown. And that's always a little scary as we forge into the unknown. It's part of the human experience to be cautious, to be even fearful of that unknown. And as we go through this Lion's Gate into Leo energy, into the sun energy that is coming with all of this, it brings about courage. Courage to walk the unknown, the path of the forerunner into the new experience, and having the courage to let go of parts of our human experience and our personality that just no longer align. And as we do this, as we move through this portal gate of the Lion's Gate, also bring into your consciousness the alignment to Galactic Center. So in a way, you are consciously choosing to realign more fully, yes, to Sirius, that is the alignment of the planet and the star system with the pyramids, but also being aware of the alignment through the Bosnian pyramids and to galactic core, and to begin to bridge that. And that is being in the know. That is stepping into the true unknown with courage, faith, excitement. Because as we move through this new energy, part of what is going to propel us is to move into that childlike innocence of curiosity. What are we able to create? What can I imagine? How can I respond differently? How can I step into my mastery and let all of the 3D experience that has been clogging up my matrix, letting that go and stepping into the unknown? It's an exciting time. And so if you're feeling all of this, celebrate it. There is a duality that is going on right now with the fear factor of everything going on in the unknown and what's happening in the outer world, and the courage factor of stepping in and creating the new and bridging it. And this is really where we're at. And the freedom codes that are starting to unlock in the DNA based upon the photon light that is coming in and through all the gateways that are opening is what is bringing us the courage to forge the new and bridging that and allowing the 3D to simply disintegrate and not take up any more space in our matrix and our reality. Not an easy task, but we're up for it. That is why we're here, and that is why we are on this path. So celebrate that as we move through this beautiful gateway with a higher level of knowledge and awareness that puts you at the cutting edge of consciousness.